What's up, y'all? My name is Luke Moga. I'm here with Wired with Greatness Media, and this is my story.
So how you feeling?
Good, about to go get this lift in. First day of pads today. Gotta get right before pads. Keep that strength up in the season. You know, being a starting quarterback at the Power 5 level, probably gotta carry 225, be strong, be athletic, keep your body in control. You know, it's a lot of rotational stuff, which is why I come here. So, you know, just keep my body right, keep my body loose. The main thing is this season, but you know, the next level in the back of my mind, that's why I'm doing all this stuff, is to get there.
Moga.
Legs are gassed, legs are tired, but I needed that. Being an athlete, you gotta be tired. Gonna go home, eat some food, hop on the Normatec boots, get right for practice in a few hours. Anything you do, you know, some people, I'm obviously trying to spend time, you know, with my friends before I go out to college, which is soon. So I'm still trying to be a kid, but you know, like I said, a lot of people aren't in my shoes, and I'm different than a lot of people. So I gotta act different. Yeah, you gotta make sacrifice. Sometimes it's not staying out late, it's going home and getting sleep because you got something the next day. So it's, like I said, that balance, but if you can stay home and get some sleep, you know, while other people are out, then the gap gets bigger and bigger in between you and other people. So it's just, you know, every day you live, you gotta live like you're for me at least, I wanna live like I'm a Heisman winning quarterback. You know, actually that's something Shane and I talked about. He's like, everything you do, ask yourself, would Caleb Williams do this? Would Bo Nix do this? Would Jalen Hurts, Kyler Murray, all those guys do this? So that's what you gotta think to yourself. And I like that point of view too, because that's obviously one of my goals for college. So you gotta be different than everyone else. Dude, right up here on the right is my dad's house. It's a crib right here.
How's that like having two parents that are divorced?
Yeah. They got divorced 13 years ago. So, I grew up with it my whole life. And I've gotten used to it. And for what it's worth, there's some good things out of it. You get different experiences at both houses. But I don't want that for my kids when I'm older, my future kids. I don't want them to go through that. But, they co-parent really well. And like I said, they both want what's best for me. And I'm the only kid they have left at home. My two sisters are out the house, living their life, full-time jobs. So it's they're enjoying their last 6 months with me before I'm out. And
How many siblings do you have?
Huh?
How many siblings do you have?
I got two sisters, 25, 27, and they're in the sports world too. My older sister's 27, living in Charlotte, North Carolina. Her husband is the strength coach for the men's and women's Charlotte 49ers basketball team. And then my other sister, 25, she's full-time job as well, and she played soccer at University of Arizona. So it's kind of been a sports family, and I got the last chance to make it bigger.
Where are you from?
Born and raised here in Central Phoenix. I grew up here. Everything's here. My school, my friends, my family, my training facility. I like to call it my little Central Phoenix bubble. Really, my entire life has been here.
What was it like transitioning from middle school to high school? What middle school did you go to?
I went to Madison #1 and Madison Meadows, kind of the two neighborhood feeder schools. And I was in a rigorous program called REACH. And then as soon as I started taking sports more seriously, I had less and less time for schoolwork. So I transferred to Madison Meadows, which again is about 5 minutes from my house. Like I said, that little Central Phoenix bubble. And that's where I met most of my high school friends, actually, that I'm still friends with now. We all kind of went through there. Both my sisters went through there, so it really is kind of that community for me. And then the transition, it was fun. It was COVID when I was transitioning too, which I'll be able to tell my kids about because that's a really weird time in life. School wasn't in person. 8th grade, the rest of my year got canceled. My freshman year wasn't in person, so freshman football was kind of that only thing that I looked forward to of high school football, and high school in general. It's all I knew. So transition was kind of weird, but it was sort of what I expected going into high school.
What was your first sport that you played, and how did you find sports?
I played soccer all the way up until my freshman year for Phoenix Rising. It was an MLS Academy team, and I kind of found that through my sister. She played soccer at the University of Arizona, and she grew up playing soccer her whole life, and it was a big part of our life. I never had a Thanksgiving at home because we were always in San Diego for a tournament. It was a serious part of my life. Practices 4 days a week. It was a huge commitment, and I think that kind of helped me in football though, with regards to my footwork and just my ability, my athletic ability. And I would definitely not trade it. I encourage younger kids to play multiple sports too, and it's part of my story greatly.
What's the biggest impact sports has had on your life?
It's kind of everything I do, all my friends I met through sports. I rarely have a friend who doesn't play sports. It's kind of a social aspect of your life too that molds you as a person, being part of a team and interacting with your teammates socially and as a teammate and a leader too. But it's a brotherhood really, especially football and even soccer and basketball too. You get close with your teammates and it just becomes like family.
Explain your process of how you found football.
Yeah. Well, to tell you the truth, my dad always pushed me to play football. I don't think my mom wanted me playing it very much when I was younger because, obviously she's protecting her son, don't want me to play tackle, get hit like that. But my dad played football at Kentucky, so at SEC, that's big-time ball. So I grew up around it. I grew up watching it. I might have not played it, but it's always been in my blood. And sort of freshman year, he's like, okay, this is the time to do it. So I went out with all my buddies. I wasn't even going to play quarterback. I was just going to kick because of soccer. But we didn't have a quarterback, and I'm so grateful that I did that because I wouldn't be in the position I am now. yeah, I've grown up around it. I kind of have the vision, how I see the field in my blood because of my dad. So, I came onto it late, but I picked it up pretty quickly, and I think that's actually a good thing I came onto it late because I have so much room to, keep going up and keep learning and growing. Nutrition's obviously a huge part of it. I'm a big supplement guy. I'm take creatine, eat right, but it's also a shout out to my parents too because they're always putting good food in my body. And like I said, they're fortunate enough to be flexible with their jobs where they can help me out nutritionally.
I see that big O on your shirt, on your chest. Tell me what the University of Oregon means to you.
Yeah, it means a lot. My first visit was in January, and I'm thinking, to be honest, it's cold as hell here. I'm not going here. But then I started to meet the coaching staff, and I was actually up there with a bunch of Arizona high school football players too. A lot of boys from Desert Mountain, Notre Dame, Desert Edge, and we were just up there having a blast. But I'm thinking to myself, man, it's too cold here. I don't want to do this. And then I got the offer about 3 days after my visit, and I'm like, oh dang, like I got to start thinking about this. And then I went back 2 months later, and it's 75 degrees and sunny out. I'm like, okay, it's really only cold like 3 months of the year. But so that's kind of what I was thinking. But other than that, it's just a family environment, really. They recruited me really hard. Coach Lanning did a really good job, and he's a defensive-minded coach too, which I like because defense wins games. Offense can score you a lot of points, but he came from Georgia in the SEC, put a bunch of guys in the league, so I know our defense is going to get out there and get stops. And then, obviously, the Oregon offense speaks for itself. You'll have another first-round draft pick this year in Bo Nix, who I've gotten to get in contact with too. So it's just, there's nothing really bad you can say about it.
What was it like putting on those Oregon uniforms for the first time?
Yeah, it's super cool. It's something you dream about as a little kid, getting to, to feel like what it is to be a player there. First time I put on the uniform in Autzen Stadium, I'm walking out the tunnel on the field, I'm like, I want to be here. I'm going to win a Heisman here. I'm going to win a national championship here. I'm going to bring it to the Eugene community, and that's what I want to do. Kind of puts you in a position for success because there's not too many distractions. If you want distractions, you want fun life outside of football, you go to somewhere else. You don't go to Oregon. It's all work, and they want to bring a national championship to Phil Knight before he goes. That's his one dream. 2 dreams, actually: cure cancer and bring a national championship to Oregon. So those are 2 things that I stand for. My mom had cancer, so it's everything about the program I just love.
What was that like, going through cancer multiple times?
Yes, it was twice. I had kidney cancer and breast cancer like within the same year, so it was a little crazy. Fortunately, I just had a fantastic village, great care, and the resources and friends and family to help me through that. I am a huge believer in positivity, and it's all up here. If you can think positively, you can live positively, and I just kind of took it one day at a time. I was really, really fortunate. Not so many people are. I'm actually working oncology diagnostics now, and I'm really humbled and really proud to be able to offer any information or support to other people. But you just take one step ahead and one foot right in front of the other. And I was really sort of threw myself into my kids and my work, and I'm not going to get scared or down until I need to be. And so I think that just living a healthy and sound life and being a really authentically happy person has just helped me through everything, whether it's family issues, health issues, work issues, parent issues. Raising 3 teenagers is not easy as a single mom, but I just find joy in everything. And I think if you can always find the silver lining, it really impacts inside.
Talk about your emotions about him becoming a man and going to the next level of his life.
Oh gosh, I know I try not to think about it. I mean, as proud as I am, I think it will be different. He's my baby. He's the last of the 3. So, come Monday, it's the last first day of school for my kids, as far as their primary education. And it's going to be weird. I mean, my whole life for the last 27 years has been devoted primarily to being a parent first and foremost. And I've loved every single second of it. So to see that sort of come to a proverbial end, I think will be emotional. But Just having Luke and I home for the last few years, we really we do quite well together. He's a wonderful young man, super respectful, and I think that the way that we have raised him has given his dad and I both the confidence that he's going to be just fine. He is so capable. So I think that as a mom, it'll pull at my heartstrings not to be able to hug him every day, but just knowing that he's achieving his goals and putting the work in and with good people, like I had mentioned up in Oregon, it's going to be bittersweet. I will miss him so much. So he better call his mother at least once a week. But no, it's, hopefully I'll get up there quite a bit to see him, but it is going to be different. I think that's why I got the puppy, is that now my little puppy child is leaving, and I don't know, I won't be in the kitchen as much, that's for sure.
3 things you can leave with Luke about becoming an adult, a man, and just going on this journey of life, because life is hard. It is
Yeah.
really, really tough.
I would say first and foremost is to be kind to everybody. And, you just never know who you're going to meet, and you never know what they've been through. And so I think being kind to everybody, whether it's friends, teammates, classmates, professors, fans, just be kind. I think also is really stay true to yourself and what brings you joy. And I think when you're true to your own heart and spirit, it will lead you in the right way, and it'll create that path for you. And I think also is stay grateful. We have an awful lot of blessings in our life, and some we have to work for and some are God-given, but when you really focus on your blessings and count them every day and stay grateful, it just puts you in the right frame of mind to go out and compete and live your life and go to school and just do all those things, but keep your gratitude front and center.
Luke, what do you have to say to your mother after all these years of raising you and dealing with your craziness and all the good and bad and all the ups and downs? What do you have to say to your mother?
I'll just say she knows it too. I'm so grateful for her. She does literally everything for me. And I've told her this too. I'm going to miss her a lot. I'm for sure going to be in tears at the airport. But I'm just super grateful to have a mom like I do. Thank you guys for tuning in. I just want to thank all the coaches, all the family members, all my friends who supported me and pushed me. And to the younger generation, just keep working. Stay true to yourself. Don't let anyone tell you what you can or cannot be. And just have fun and just grind.